Recording in progress.
We'll see what comes up. All right. We are connected. This is my first Facebook Live in a long time. It's been years since I've done this connection. And part of this experiment is to invoke the conscious social media so that Facebook and other channels like YouTube become instruments to materialize our desired reality, to be able to not just do the social thing, but do the materializing reality from our vision. As some of you have seen, I have been promoting a new course. It's called Design a Home as a Time Machine. And this course is going to be hosted live from the big island of Hawaii, where Akuda, my partner, and I live now. And this is where I want to build the Vossahedron. Right behind me, there's an image of a mock-up of a dome on lava. And I feel that that lava energy, that raw earth, has lots of solutions for us. Because just on the scientific side, lava has a variety of components like a technology. It has silica, it has iron, like in your blood, and this makes it magnetic. It is also a container of trace elements of gold and copper, and also has thorium. Lava is also a fuel source. So there are many more things to discover of how this amplifies consciousness. How does the creation of Earth can be connected to in your own body? So today I'm going to share some notes of something recent that has been coming through me. And I call it the 12 principles of temporal sovereignty. As sovereign humans, we talk about the legal description of sovereignty to become a entity that is acknowledged as having the right to own land, to have independence of travel through the planet, and to be exempt from taxation, kind of like what the lords used to be in Europe and other royalty. But today we're going to talk about 12 different aspects of sovereignty. And a lot of this has come out of living off grid, out of being nomadic, out of learning how to live with less matrix consumables and more things that are beneficial to our lives. Now, these are not in any particular order. It's a non-linear quantum entanglement of all these different dimensions. All right, so here we go. The first one, the first principle of temporal sovereignty is water sovereignty. To have the ability to harvest, cultivate, structure, imprint your own water. And see, from off-grid living, this comes from capturing water from the rain or building your own well. But see, the radical aspect of this is to have the freedom to design water that is appropriate for your body, your lifestyle. And it'll play on the second principle, which is food sovereignty. The ability and gift to grow your own food, to source your own diet. and design it with your intention, the way you wish your food to nurture you, to amplify consciousness, to activate DNA. Food designed and water intended to bend space and time. And I'm coming from these notes here. So this is right out of the gate here, out of the oven, the creation oven. So let's talk about a third principle, and that is your body sovereignty, the gift and ability to heal and transform your own body. That's another level of independence. And as I'm talking about this, feel into the free energy notion of this intention. And we're going to flip the free energy words into energy in freedom, water in freedom, food in freedom, your body systems in creative freedom. How's this sounding? All right, here's another one. The fourth one, energetic sovereignty, the ability to harvest and create your own energy, whether it be electricity, magnetism, plasma, gravitic energy, light, sound, heat, cold, kinetic energy for work. And this is an infinite list, because this isn't limited by what physics tells us is water or food or your body or energy. This is what we reveal to ourselves. So energetic sovereignty is another step into being these galactic beings, these global visionaries that create and seed worlds. All right, let's keep going. Principle number 5. Home creation sovereignty, the ability to build your own home, to be able to design where you wish to be, and be able to express that, whether it be an off-grid home, a dome, a cave, living in the forest, living in the city, whatever it is. To have home sovereignty is to have the ability to materialize your living space, where this home, this body home, resides. And see, this takes so many different turns. It establishes so many different canvases, like bioarchitecture, biomimicry, to learn from nature, to create architecture that supports all the other things that we just talked about. An architecture, a building, a home site that amplifies water sovereignty, an architecture that is intended for food sovereignty and healing sovereignty, an energetic sovereignty, a structure and a physicality that makes energy. Yes, a free energy home. So that's another level of that independence, of being your own being, your own presence. All right, let's keep rolling. How about transformational sovereignty? The gift and ability to transform, to be able to identify your own path, to say where you wish to go with your body, your mind, your heart, your actions, your creations. See, that's an interesting level of sovereignty that we've yet to expand on. Because the moment you see how creating your own water, growing your own food, healing your own body, building your own home, harvesting your own energy, and defining how you wish to transform your life, then the fun really starts. Because that's where you start opening up the gifts that are available in this body, in these genetics, in this biome, in these different brains that we have in our body. Each one of those, like our skin brain, our digestive brain, our skeletal brain, our muscular brain, our connective brain of tissue, are so-and-so, it's infinite. You start seeing how they start entangling because you can design water to invoke a different kind of thinking in your body. All right, I keep looking at my notes over here. So the next one is jumping into spatial sovereignty, the ability to create space, to invoke a field of space around your body, to establish space, the medium of creation. You can say that we can exude water space around us and travel through it. Define the space that you walk on, that you navigate. Define the space that your mind launches thoughts, the space that harbors your emotions, your emotional space, your mental space, your expressive space, your acoustic space, your kinetic space. See how these are fractalizing? And we're going to talk about what that means. So the next principle of sovereignty is temporal sovereignty, the sovereignty of time. Because for us, it's no longer interesting to say, well, time is an illusion and space is an illusion and physical matter is illusory. It doesn't help us. It doesn't define a creative palette, an instrument, a paintbrush to create with. So if we are able to harness space and time and have temporal and spatial sovereignty, then we can explore what does it mean to create time as a substance, to create time as an instrument, as a canvas, as a play space, time as a collection of phenomena in our lives, to be able to create fields of time by activity and action and creation. You're playing with the vocabulary of the alchemy of matter now. See? So let's move forward. We're into the ninth principle, which is the sovereignty of matter. To create matter from thought. To be able to express waves, frequencies from your body, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your inner tensions, the inner vortexing, and have physicality come together, particles being birthed. Because the existence of all these exotic particles that we talk about, muons and gluons and leptons and protons, and it keeps going, we're bringing that into our own bodies. We are creating a communion, a union with physics of creation as our lifestyle. All right, so that matter sovereignty is one to meditate and explore. What does that mean? All right, we're in the 10th one now. And that is synchronistic sovereignty. The independence and ability to create synchronicity in our lives, to align people, places, things, energy, water, food, circumstances, processes. To have synchronistic sovereignty is to orchestrate reality. And I have a fancy word for this. I call it holocymatic orchestration. My partner Akura and I talk about this. To holographically and cymatically orchestrate reality. See, now we're talking about different instruments, right? And being able to have a vocabulary of not only being independently able to create all of these things I've just mentioned, but to be able to intend them for others. We're talking about conscious abundance now. All right. So that 10th one, synchronistic sovereignty, we move into the 11th one, which is the fractalization sovereignty, the sovereign ability to invoke infinity, to infinitize anything, to be able to observe a particle, a photon, a flower, a planet, a galaxy, and see the infinite version of it. To infinitize, to fractalize, is to really dip into non-existent source and bring in an infinite presence of anything. This level of consciousness and perception, all of this has to do with evolving the observer point of view as a creator point of view. You're no longer passively observing, because I don't feel that's even possible. When one is able to fractalize, infinitize, we're able to create thought realms in our body mind, in our body consciousness, that can be gestated and birthed into new realities. We can birth new dimensions of thought by infinitizing anything. What is the infinite version of an intention? If you say, well, I live to be off grid, to have a garden, what is the infinite garden? What is the infinite energy generated by all the food you're planting? Could we see that? The answer is yes. It's a type of creator sovereignty. It's a principle we can live by. In this 12th one, the 12th principle, I don't have a name for it yet. It's an infinity symbol. It's a frequency. This 12th frequential vessel is a placeholder for you to insert your own sovereignty. Maybe it's love sovereignty. Maybe it's self-realization sovereignty. And if we take these 12 principles, water, food, body healing, energy, home creation, transforming your own life sovereignty, space sovereignty, time sovereignty, matter replication sovereignty, and synchronistic sovereignty, and infinitization sovereignty. And we put them all together, including that 12th yet to be defined level of sovereignty. If we put all those together, I call that the 13th harmonic. And really, that 13th combinational integrative frequency is a possibility to contemplate. That's really the beginning. Because if we begin by the 13th harmonic, then we can go and look at all of these and come from a place of self-realization, a place of full activation, a place of knowing that you are a creator, creatress being in your creation, and you know you created it. What would that be like for your whole body, for the biome in your digestive system, for your cells and your DNA to have that knowing? Yeah. So that was the sharing for today. And coming from Hawaii, coming from a place to have the ability to have that homesteading lifestyle, amplified with new technology, with grand wisdom of communicating with the earth and the water and the elements, this is the canvas we're sharing. So I invite everyone who is listening, is able to tune into this, to look at this latest course that I am offering, Design a Home as a Time Machine. And in that course, we're going to go deep into these 12 principles of temporal sovereignty. How could you design a house, a home, for your body to be able to amplify time and space? That course is launching in March 17. So we have 3 weeks to get on it. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video and the information about that course. Share it with others. I know there are people in your life that you say would get this vocabulary. So I am Professor Vossa. Namaste.